The market might be down, but I'm feeling bullish on decentralized exchanges. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Jet Set Crypto. I'm your host Joel, and today we're going to be talking about a company called DDEX. DDEX is a decentralized exchange that is built on top of the Hyrdo protocol. What I want to do today is quickly talk about the state of decentralized exchanges, why they're so important, but the problems that are causing them to make such a small but an almost insignificant amount of trading volume relative to the entire cryptocurrency trading market, and then talk about Hyrdo and how it aims to solve some of these problems. DDEX is actually built by the team that built Hyrdo. They're just using it to show how Hyrdo can greatly improve decentralized exchanges. Hyrdo is also built on top of the DDEX protocol, and if you know anything about this channel, you know that that is one of my favorite projects out there. So I'm really excited today to dig deep into the problems of decentralized exchanges and talk about the protocols that do exist and how they aim to solve those problems. And then finally, what I want to do is just run through DDEX. I think it's a really awesome exchange. It's very user-friendly, very easy to use, and just quickly show you guys why I think it could be a superior platform to some of the other decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges that you might be trading on today. So to me, there are three obstacles that we as the blockchain community need to get over in order for there to be widespread adoption. The first is scalability. The second is network interoperability. For example, getting different blockchains to be able to interact with each other. OneChain, for example, is addressing this. The third, and the one that I'm going to talk about in this video mostly, is the true decentralized exchange of assets. I find it very funny that the biggest exchanges of decentralized assets today are all centralized. For example, Coinbase, Bittrex, Binance. You have to send your assets to them. They host them. They have full custodial access and ownership of your assets at that point in time. When you send it to them, they could do anything. They could take off and run, and you would never have any ability to get them back. There's a reason you don't have a private key to any of those accounts. And from here, this is what we need to solve. The reason why decentralized exchanges are so cool is because you maintain full, complete custodial access to your wallet, public and private key, and you have the ability to exchange with somebody else for a different type of token who has full custodial access, public, private key to that wallet. The role of the decentralized exchange is simply to make sure that there is ability to share information about the orders and then settle the exchange of assets on the blockchain so that the interactions are trustless and there is no ability for this exchange to be hacked, a widespread hack, for example, like what happened to Mt. Gox. So the crucial question that decentralized exchanges have to ask themselves when building the exchange is, who has the ability to match an order? So the first approach that a company can take when determining who has the ability or the permission to match an order is by taking an open approach. And this means that anybody out there has the ability to match an order. And the positive of this is that you could potentially, it's pretty like theoretical pie in the sky, but you could potentially build a global, worldwide network of people who can match orders, meaning that there would be almost infinite liquidity. The con of this, though, is that you run into some issues. Like, for example, everything has to be done on the blockchain, meaning that you even have to pay gas just to cancel an order. There are also high potential for order collisions, and that would cause people to lose a lot of money. The other approach is called a closed approach, which means that only a single address, the address of the exchange, has the ability to match an order. The positive of this is that you start to actually avoid a lot of the issues, like with order collisions, and you have the ability to actually do some of the interactions off-chain, meaning like You don't have to do everything on the Ethereum blockchain. So you don't have to pay to cancel orders. You don't have to pay gas to put out there and say that I want to buy 100 0x tokens, for example. But this also has issues. And the major issue, of course, is liquidity. If you don't have any users on this exchange, there's no liquidity. But imagine you are a company who's built up lots of liquidity, lots of users who transact. What incentive do you have to let some other random guy out there make and match orders on your network? And what that does is it essentially has, there's a couple of siloed decentralized exchanges who can't really work with each other. They all have a little bit of liquidity, and it ultimately becomes just better to go use some centralized exchange. And so what the Hyrdo protocol aims to do is take the benefits of the closed approach and the open approach to matching orders on a decentralized exchange and make it easier for people to build decentralized exchanges and share liquidity across. So essentially what it's doing is it is managing an alliance of decentralized exchanges. And what that means is that there are then addresses of these decentralized exchanges that all have the permission to match an order, meaning decentralized exchange A and decentralized exchange B both are working on a protocol that can, essentially they can speak to each other and match orders on. So they're increasing liquidity, and then moreover, they're incentivizing these exchanges to participate by rewarding them with the Hyrdo protocol token, which is HOT, to participate and match orders. So the Hyrdo protocol can be thought of as a layer that coordinates interaction between decentralized exchanges. And just very quickly looking at the architecture here, the Hyrdo protocol does do, the transfer of orders between market makers and takers, allowing them to communicate with each other more efficiently and across exchanges, but it still uses the 0x protocol to actually settle the funds on, or settle the transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do is just quickly show you guys DDEX. See the platform in action that's built on top of the Hyrdo protocol. It's incredibly easy to use. I find it's way better than Ether Delta. I still have like 1,000 Dragon Chain locked up on Ether Delta right now that I'm never going to get back. It's just totally locked up. This thing is so user-friendly, amazingly easy to use, totally anonymous, and like it takes just a couple clicks to get started. So first thing you want to do is click trade, and what it's going to do is it's going to start detecting, okay, it already did it, is find your MetaMask that's linked. You can also do trade directly from your ledger. And let's make sure, yep, I've got 0.5 ETH linked up. What I need to do is I need to do something called wrap ETH, and this allows me to trade across the decentralized exchange. What's very interesting is that Ethereum itself is not ERC20 compliant. You actually have to do something called wrap ETH, which allows you to then transact across the decentralized exchange with Ethereum. Okay, and we're back. So the Ethereum has been wrapped. The reason that I just skipped to this point is because there was no reason to make you guys watch for a minute as it got wrapped. So the next thing that we can now do is we can make a transaction on DDEX, and I'm going to purchase 0x because I'm such a fanboy. And because Will Warren, don't let me down, my friend, we're going to do great things. So going to the order book, going to select this price, boom. And I'm going to purchase 50% of my Ethereum, and I'm going to transact for 0x. I'm going to buy 0x token protocol, enable buying with, boom. Now I'm just going to have to accept this on my MetaMask. Boom, submit. Okay, and now we have the ability to complete the order, buy 0x protocol token. Hot dog, we successfully bought 178 0x tokens. And here we are here. But yeah, I mean, that's it, guys. I mean, I think what's so cool about this is, remember, we never signed in. We did this totally anonymously. And we maintained ownership of our assets throughout the entire process. And that's what's so important. At the surface level, yes, maybe it is easier to use Binance or Bittrex to make your trades. But again, those exchanges can be attacked. You do have to trust those owners. This is the infrastructure that allows for decentralized exchange of assets. And that is, again, one of my 3 pillars that I believe are necessary that we construct in order for blockchain technology to be adopted by the world. So thank you for tuning in today. Really excited to hear your thoughts on DDEX and hopefully see you guys trading on there soon with me. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.